Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit of time since we did a video over here. It's just been so busy for me recently, man. A lot of stuff going on. Appreciate all you guys that have been showing love on this channel. We've been just vibing, man. You know the vibes on this channel. So we're having a video today. We're going to be talking about, it's actually a little bit more of a timely video because this match is actually within the next 48 hours. So I wanted to make this video like yesterday, the day before. We're going to be talking a little bit about Manchester United and Manchester City this weekend on Saturday. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm not going to be able to do a watch along, I believe, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to. I've just got some things that came up. It's okay. We're going to talk a little bit about the implications of this match and, just a lot of what is going to be going down on Saturday. This is going to be a huge match. Now, odds-wise, Manchester City are the massive, overwhelming favorites. There's a lot going on here. So, if you haven't seen today, Erik ten Hag was actually rumored in a lot of the Bayern Munich manager quest/signings. There was so much going on with Bayern, which we could even do a video on that at some other point. Looks like they're going forward with Kompany now, or at least that's where the negotiations have gone. I wanted to point out a couple of things. This was an interesting quote. Erik ten Hag on people asking for him to be sacked. I see some comments. Either they don't have any knowledge of football or they don't have any knowledge about managing a football team. I think there are many people who see the problems and they are patient. So that's just, I actually, look, I'm one of those people that I kind of felt like for a while Ten Hag should be out. And now I'm kind of like, damn, dude, United, if you actually have an objective look at the United squad right now, it's shocking. I mean, it's like shocking. Now, United have had their worst season, and I don't even know how long. It's been a really long time since they had such a bad season like this. But the fact of the matter is, they still have the ability to end this season with a trophy, which is wild because even if we look at a team like Arsenal, what have they done this season? Yeah, they played incredible football. Arteta has built something amazing, but at the end of the day, right? So they could walk away with it, still getting a trophy, which is kind of crazy. Ten Hag winning the FA Cup and then being sacked would actually break my heart. If a trophy won in both seasons gets you sacked, then football is a wild sport. Record hit injury season, 13 center back partnerships, 25 back lines, 25 plus back lines, different back lines. He means like variations. No left back for 60% of the games. No backup striker all season. Sancho drama, takeover drama. I agree. All this stuff is going on. Look, I'll be honest. If Ten Hag goes out there and they win this cup, I will be so impressed, and there's no way you can sack him with this team. And the reason for me that I would say that is that if he goes and gets this win against Manchester City, who just won the Premier League, which odds wise I'm giving Manchester United 7% chance. I think he deserves at least to start the next season. We've had some scenarios where Pochettino, that situation is crazy where he's just not even going to go forward with them. They had a mutual disagreement. I thought Pochettino, my take on his channel, you guys have seen, was that I wanted him out. I was like, I think they need to go somewhere else. But the players seemed like they really liked him, and they won a couple games at the end of the season. They started to look a lot better. So I'm like, damn, what are you doing now? You have to rebuild something. It's tough with these managers. Firing a manager and bringing in a new manager isn't always the best solving issue, right? Or the best resolution in these tough scenarios. And the reality of United is this. They've had a lot of injuries, but overall their team is not that good. Their team really isn't that good. So the fact that they are actually going after a trophy here is going to be a very tough chance for them. And well, let's be honest, even from the semifinals, we thought that Coventry City was going to go through. They scored. People forget. They scored in the last minute, and it was just ruled offside. But a lot of this, I don't disagree with. This is really interesting in the news. Erik ten Hag turned down the opportunity to talk to Bayern Munich about their vacant manager's job because of his desire to stay at United. And that's also a good sign. You want to have a manager that's very passionate to stay. Look, do I think some of the signings he's made have been good? No. It happens, right? I think he's tried to get some players for the system that he wants to play. And I think, look, at the end of the day, this guy was coaching in Netherlands, and the Premier League is a whole other level, right? So he's learning his way as well. We have to see how this goes on Saturday. Look, prediction-wise, I can't see Manchester City losing, bro. There's no way. Especially the pressure on City is so minimal because they've already accomplished the Prem. Obviously, they didn't perform like they would have wanted to in the Champions League this year, but overall, the pressure on them is so small. United really have something to prove here. Erik ten Hag, I was watching, he had a post-conference with the United, at the stadium, at the arena, was just kind of talking about how, he's pumped up, he's fired up to go out there and try to prove it. This is a huge match for ten Hag. Now, if they lose this game, do I think he's going to be fired? I don't think so. We'll see. I don't think so. Again, I want to explain to you guys a little bit why. Now, United fans, if you're watching this video, look, I said a couple weeks ago, like, if you're watching one of my watch longs, that I think United need to next year really, like, they need to clean out this team. They need to sell some of the older players, get some money for some players, cut some losses, develop and play a lot more of the youth players. I think that's the future with United, and definitely need to improve with the signings, right? The fact that it's taking this long to have Diallo as the consistent starter over Anthony and stuff like that. I mean, Diallo, we're already seeing how crazy he is. So this game, obviously, 10 a.m. on Sunday. First of all, the one thing I want to talk about with you guys is this, right? The way United have closed the season has been very good, right? Newcastle, they won 3-2. Brighton, they won 2-0, right? Newcastle, 7th place team. Brighton this year, not as good, but 11th place, still respectable teams, right? So they got those two done. Here's what I want to talk with you guys about right now, though, okay? So this is how United are lining up right now. Bro, Bruno is playing striker. McTominay is playing cam. Now, they look like I'm playing Football Manager with this team. I'm serious. They got Johnny Evans as a center back and Casemiro as a center back who's going to Saudi next season. To be honest, guys, it's a horrendous lineup. And I know even if you're a United fan, you might want to defend some of these players. It's terrible, right? So the fact that he's getting results with this team, I know. I'm not even trying to be the craziest dude right now defending him and everything, but bro, he went out with that, and then in the final game, they won 2-0. Both times I think Højlund was subbed on. They played a 4-2-2, then he changed it up 4-2-2. They got Bruno and McTominay up top. Diallo, Garnacho stay. They went similar lineup, but Martinez came in. They got Dallo playing left back. They don't really right now have like a true left back. So they definitely have signings to go with here. And not to mention, they'll have hopefully by the start of next season, everybody's healthy and playing well. But they closed the season really well. So heading into this game, they are in probably as good a form as they're going to be in. For me, I've kind of think I've started to come to this realization that, okay, who the heck are they going to hire? Right? Because I'm seeing United fans saying they want Zidane. I'm like, Zidane is never going to go to Manchester United. For everything that he's accomplished, there's no need for him to sacrifice his reputation as a manager and put that type of, legacy on the line, because this is right now, in my opinion, going to United. It's like, I'm not going to say it's a death sentence, but bro, with the players they have. Now, I think next season they will be better, but look, let's look at the table right now. They finished the Prem this season in 8th. Chelsea is going to be better next year. Chelsea just ended the season with 5 wins in a row. Chelsea is definitely going to be better. I'm telling you right now, I think Chelsea will compete for Champions League. Spurs didn't really close the season that well. Liverpool, we have question marks. What's going to happen with them? I think City and Arsenal will still be at the top next season. Villa, I expect to make some more signings. They're going to keep what they got. Will Champions League impact them? Guys, we've seen Champions League impacted Newcastle this season, although Newcastle still scored 85 goals. Champions League, that was tough for them. They didn't do well, obviously, but those are going to be longer seasons for those teams playing in an extra tournament, so we'll see how that impacts Villa. But I expect United to do better next season. It's just, what is better? Is it going to be back in the Champions League in 4th place? Well, they're going to have to make some crazy signings for that, right? But the good news with United is this. This is the good news if you're a United fan. The young talent there is really good. The young talent is really good. There are some players, right? You have a keeper. Onana's played phenomenal to end the season. The defense-wise, a signing or two probably is necessary, especially, yes, people could argue Dallo could play both, Bisaka could play both, right, or whatever. Martinez could play left back. I think a proper left back would be good. Malacia, we had those questions, what's going on with him? He's not really in the team. With that, I think, again, another attacker or two could be really key for them. I think Højlund will continue to develop, but at the end of the day, right, we've seen Forson start to get subbed in. Diallo, people forget, is very young. Garnacho is still very young. I think they should cut the losses on Anthony. Kobe developing, right? So, bringing in a couple youth players with those into the equation is actually kind of a promising future for these guys. I'm not even going to lie. I think they're looking good going forward. This is going to be a really tough one. Right, because Man City have not only ended the season in crazy form, they cooked everybody. They got a little lucky maybe against Spurs, you could argue, but this is a Man City team that is just going out there right now and getting results. Even with the most pressured game of the season against West Ham, a mid-table team, they cooked. It's one of those ones right now where Man City looks scary. I would be shocked. This would probably, if Ten Hag wins this game with this team, I'll say this for Ten Hag's career, this is going to be his most impressive win of all time if he pulls that off. I don't care what other win you want to point out. I don't care what Champions League run with Ajax you want to point out. This will be his most impressive win if he gets this done against Man City on Saturday. So, United fans, what do you guys think? You guys want Ten Hag out, Ten Hag in? I think the sentiment is a lot more these days Ten Hag in than out. I think it was out before, but again, as he said, I think it's easy to be reactionary. Even myself, like when you really deep dive this United team and what they have, that team is not a crazy team at all by any means, right? Could some of the players definitely play better? Do we want to see those guys show up every week? This is going to be a good one on Saturday, man. Hopefully it's competitive. I think it's going to be a long shot for United, you know? My prediction is I'm seeing probably 2-1, 2-0 City. That's what I see. We'll see if it happens. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.